Biblical Shakers. The Psalms not only gives us shouts of praise and worship, but also gives us good information to live by. This week, we are reading chapters 140 through 144 with the corresponding devotions posted on the blog at biblicalshakers.blogspot.com. I encourage you to check out the blog and read the history and a little about the authors of the devotions. We open our reading in Psalms chapter 140, which appears as an individual lament written by David that turns into confident praise. He is praying for protection against those who slander or threaten. The beginning of the chapter is a cry for help that leads to a request. Later, David confesses his trust in the Lord and calls to the Lord for judgment with affirmation of justice. God rescues the innocent from violent plots where words have wounded like weapons. The needy are safe in God's courtroom, even when earthly courts fail. Psalm 141 is a fervent plea of David's, a prayer to God for protection from wicked influences and temptation. It seeks God's help for guidance in the path of righteousness. David asks God to guard his heart, for evil acts begin with evil desires. Also included in the chapter is a truth that being rebuked by a righteous person can be a benefit to us. Being able to put helpful suggestions into practice will help us control how we react to criticism, making it productive rather than destructive. David was hiding from Saul in a cave when the 142nd Psalm was written. It is filled with assurance that you can claim when you find yourself in a difficult place. Number one, God hears your prayer. Turn your cave into a quiet place for you and God. Number two, God knows your path. So walk with the God of our gods a step at a time, and he will see you through. Number three, God feels your pain. Remember, he cares when no one else does. 5, God is your portion. One with God is the majority. So be wholly satisfied with him. And finally, 6, God will be praised in it all. Psalm chapter 143 is a cry of a soldier in combat. David felt like a thirsty man in a very dry desert. He cries out, "Hear me." After sinking deeper into despair, he cries, "Answer me." Upon hearing from God, David cries again to the Lord, "Teach me." With prayerful communication with the Lord, his closing prayer was, "Revive me." These statements were indeed a cry for help. Remember this psalm during times of hopelessness and depression, and pray. True prayer means that we listen and obey to what God says. God personally equips his people for battles they could never win alone. Psalm 144 rejoices in God's care, whether in times of prosperity or adversity. Let God train you before the battle. Then let God help you in the battle. His hand is there to strengthen and deliver you. And finally, as we close this week, sing praises after the battle. Thank you for listening with another 5 chapters of Biblical Shakers. And won't you return next week for another 5 chapters in Psalms because Biblical Shakers makes reading the Bible way more enjoyable for you. And I pray the Lord will put a hunger on your heart.